I'm okay.
Great. Well, have you been to school counselor before? Not even in like middle school or anything? Okay, well, I'm Miss Dionisia. I'm your school counselor. So just like a little bit about me. So I'm here to serve as kind of like your advocate in the school and the person that you can come talk to if you ever need anything. So I want you to, or I hope you feel that this is a safe space in which you can talk about anything that's bothering you that may be impeding you from having a good experience here at school. But if you say those things to me, like they will stay confidential unless you say something to me that indicates that you're in danger of hurting others, that you're in danger of hurting yourself, or if anyone's hurting you. So I just wanted to let you know that. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to tell me about how high school's going so far?
High school itself isn't bad. It's just when I go home, that's the problem.
Okay, you want to tell me a little bit more about that?
I mean, I don't really want to be here in this state.
Okay.
I just moved from Florida.
Okay.
Like 2 months ago. But I liked it there, and I liked my friends and like my family that was there.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So you're still trying to get used to like a new space and new state, new school, new people.
Kind of adjusting to the trees and the weather, and it's kind of annoying here.
Yeah, it gets a little humid too. In Georgia, but probably Florida's pretty bad.
Yeah, but it's like a nice humid.
Yeah, but it's like home for you, right?
It is home.
So, can you tell me a little bit more about what you've been experiencing your move?
It just sucks because I had to like leave like my grandma and my dad. It's just me and my mom and my brother. So I just feel like I don't have my people anymore. I'm just kind of like by myself because my brother, he doesn't like pay attention to me. He's older.
Okay.
And my mom's at work all the time, so like when I go home, it's like just me, and it's just boring.
Okay. So just to make sure that I got all that, you recently moved here with your mom and your brother only.
Yeah.
And you guys left behind your dad and your grandma in Florida.
Yeah, and other people, but
and other people, yeah. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I knew who was, at home with you and stuff. So, can you tell me a little bit more about what's been going on at home that's bothering you?
I just feel like nobody's there.
Okay.
Like I get home, dinner's made, I put it in the microwave, play video games. My brother won't let me play video games with him, so I have to like wait. And then I don't have any friends here that I can like go outside and play with. So it's just me.
Yeah, so what I'm hearing is you're kind of just having a hard time like adjusting to the newness of things, and you feel maybe kind of alone because you haven't really made other friends yet.
Yeah, kind of lonely.
Kind of lonely?
Yeah.
Okay, well I'm sorry to hear that. Thanks for telling me all about it. Have you ever tried to talk to your mom or your brother about how you're feeling?
I mean, my brother's lonely too, so, but he just doesn't want to talk to me because I'm like little, I guess, in his eyes. And my mom, she had to move, so it's like, I don't want to like burden her with that.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
I think you and your brother used to be very close before
kind of
a certain time.
I mean, he's 6 years older than me, so we're kind of just like, he does his thing, I do my thing. So, I had cousins in Florida that I kind of played with more, but I kind of left them behind.
You still have contact with them?
Yeah, but it's not the same.
Okay. So what I'm hearing is just this move overall has been kind of frustrating because you're getting used to a new school, a new space, and you feel like you don't have your mom and your brother to talk to. Like they're your people and they're your family and they're there, but you don't want to be a burden, so you haven't really opened up.
Yeah, I don't want to be a burden to my mom.
Okay.
My brother is just there.
I understand. How do you feel like you can be a burden to your mom?
Because she already has to work so hard. So I don't want to like add another problem. Like, hey mom, I feel lonely. Like, what is that gonna do for anything?
Okay. I'm sorry. There's a bunch of students. It's like class changes, so.
We'll just talk loud.
Okay. Can you repeat what you said one more time?
I don't want to be a burden
to
my mom because she already has to work so much. So it's kind of like, what is this little problem just gonna add to her? All the issues that she already has.
Yeah.
So it's like.
So I understand you, from what I hear, that you've been just feeling really like lonely and lost, and you don't want to like burden anyone, but you kind of just want to express your feelings somehow.
Yeah.
How do you feel right now, just saying it out loud or
Feels-
telling someone?
Feels good.
Okay.
To talk to somebody, but then it kind of makes me angry that I don't have someone to talk to. Because I feel like I should.
Okay. You mean like with your family, like with your mom and your brother? You wish you had.
Even with other people in my family, I just don't have anybody that I could talk to.
Okay. Have you ever considered maybe calling your grandparents or your dad to talk about?
I wouldn't want to tell my grandparents because they have a lot to worry about. And I don't really like my dad, so
okay.
I wouldn't tell him anything actually.
Okay. So I'm sensing there's like a bit of tension with your relationship with your dad, and you don't really want to burn your grandparents either.
Yeah, a lot of tension, and yeah.
You want to tell me a little bit more about that? That tension you're feeling?
I mean, he's kind of just a jerk.
Okay.
Yeah, he's done a lot of messed up things. I don't know. Like, for instance, before we moved down here, like this is like the reason that we had to move down here, which is really annoying, so I blame it all on him. But he actually had like another kid and didn't tell anybody.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear
And
that.
then he told, well, my mom found out, and we moved.
Okay.
Didn't really tell me why we're moving, she was just like, we're moving.
Okay. So I can imagine that must have been really confusing for you, not knowing like the whole picture right away, but just knowing that you had to pack up and like move and leave everything behind.
It just pissed me off, really.
Okay.
Because nobody told me anything, like the real reason why, and then I had to figure out the real reason why. And then it made me angry just at him, because he's the reason why I'm here.
How long after you moved did you find out why?
I kind of figured out as we were moving. Like I knew that I found out like everyone else that he had another kid, but then I realized like, oh, that's why we're moving.
Okay.
Later, but then he tried to like make it better and took me out for ice cream. What is ice cream gonna do?
So I can imagine how frustrating that must have all been, having to kind of learn about it yourself and having like nobody tell you what's been going on. You kind of just feel like you're in the dark and like, you know, feel kind of like left out or left behind, just knowing that all these things are happening to you, but you don't know like why. It must have been really scary. Or I don't know, you tell me how you feel.
I don't know if I was feeling fear, like if it was scary, or if I was just feeling anger.
Okay.
Uncertainty, and that even made me more angry.
So it sounds like just a jumble of a bunch of like emotions.
Yeah, like
and
everything.
Yeah, and on top of that, you're transitioning into high school, which for a lot of people can be scary by itself. So you just feel like you've got a lot on your plate.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, whenever you did find out, how did you feel? Like the reason why?
Felt betrayed in a way.
By your dad?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cause he could just tell the truth, like you don't have to lie. And then I felt sad for a second. Then I was just mad.
Okay, so I'm hearing betrayed, sad, mad.
Yeah.
But they all seem like red emotions. You know what I mean when I say that? Kind of like they're not good feelings, like they're negative feelings towards somebody that you feel like you can trust.
Well, I don't feel like I can trust.
Oh, okay. Or that somebody that you should be able to trust.
Yeah. And that makes me more angry because it's like I should be able to trust you, and I should be able to tell you what I'm feeling now, but I don't want to.
So now you just kind of feel like you don't want to say anything to your dad anymore because he's just betrayed you over and over again.
Yeah.
Okay. When he tried to make it up to you with the ice cream and stuff, how did that feel?
It was a joke. Like I didn't understand how that could make anything better, and then he didn't really admit to it when he took me out. I had to like ask him, so like, what about this kid? And then he was like, yeah, that's why I brought you out. Blah blah blah. It was a joke.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It's okay.
Have you ever felt this way about him before, prior to that?
No. Well,
Okay.
one time, but I don't want to talk about that.
That's okay, we don't have to.
Okay.
Did you ever talk to any of your friends about what you were going through at the time, or did you just handle it?
I couldn't really talk to my friends because we just moved.
Oh, okay.
Like right after, so it's just like, oh, we're moving. School's ending. Let's go.
Okay.
So
That makes sense. So now you're just adjusting to, or trying to just make sense of everything that's happening,
yeah,
kind of adjusting to everything new.
yeah, and it's like hard to focus on like school and stuff, cause like I don't want to be here first of all,
Mm-hmm.
and there's just a lot going on in my head, and like I'm trying to like to be good and like do good, but it's like all of this stuff is like making it really difficult.
Okay. So what I'm hearing is just like you're trying to get in the right headspace for transitioning into high school, but it seems kind of impossible when you have all of this like stuff that's happening with your family, dealing with betrayal issues with your dad or abandonment issues or however you want to like name it. And on top of that, you're not really getting your support from your mom and your brother.
Yeah, they can't support me in the way that I need them to, or they just don't have the capacity to do it, I guess.
Okay. What kind of support would you like to receive from them?
I just want them to listen to me.
Okay.
Cause like I could tell my brother something, but he's just gonna be like, alright, cool, yeah. And then I could tell my mom, but she might flip it and be like, well, you should be grateful that you even have this or you have that. So I just want them to listen.
Okay.
That's it.
That makes sense. And you obviously, like you said before, you don't feel comfortable bringing that up with them because of all the things that's been going on, especially with your mom and how she has to kind of transition to.
Yeah, and I don't want to like make her sad, cause I imagine that she's sad. I don't know.
Okay. So you just thought to come to the school counselor to maybe just talk about it?
Well, yeah, and I don't want this to like affect my grades, cause I'm like not doing any of my homework right now or anything, cause I'm like not happy. So I don't want, I care about my grades, and they say like high school is important, so I don't wanna like do bad.
Well, Tiffany, I'm glad that you're here, and I'm glad that you've taken that first step to, you know, talk about your feelings openly, instead of just bottling them up and letting that get worse. So I just want to let you know that that's a really brave thing to do, and to thank you for disclosing that to me. So what did you want to get out of this kind of like session, do you think?
I didn't really think about that. I guess I just want to be able to deal with the issues that I have at home, and even if I can't overcome them, kind of like not to let them affect my academics and like my school life, because they are.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is you kind of just like came to me because you maybe wanted to find ways to not let all of like the stuff that's been going on at home impact what's going on at school.
Yeah.
Right? Is that right? Okay. And just like kind of like a recap, more for me so I know that we're on the same page, is that you're just dealing with a lot of stress with having to move to a new place and starting high school, and knowing that the people that should be in your corner haven't really like been there because you don't want to burden them or because you feel like they may not be responsive, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So have you ever considered maybe thinking about everything that you're going through from the frame of
I've never really changed the way that I think about what's going on. I just kind of think about it one way, and I know that I kind of think about it in a negative way. It's only negative.
Okay.
But I think that's because I'm just so mad, and just mad at everybody and at everything.
Do you think that's something you want to change, or?
I mean, at certain things, it's just, I'm always gonna be mad.
Okay. And that's okay. I mean, the things that you've gone through are pretty, I guess you could say like traumatic and hard for people your age normally don't go through that kind of stuff. So, it's understandable why you would always be angry and all of those things. But just to go back to your goals, you wanted to handle them in such a way that you wouldn't have to bring them with you to school, so that it won't affect your schoolwork.
Yeah. And even like my friendships and stuff in school, because like I'm not forming any friendships, because I'm like, oh, what if we move again? And I'm still kind of hoping we move back. So I'm just kind of lonely all around.
Okay. So from what I'm hearing from that, is there still like a part of you that's hoping you're gonna go home?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because why are we in this state?
Mm-hmm.
It's horrible.
If you thought about it in the frame of reference of like if you never went, or if you never got to go home, how would you, I guess, respond to that? Like, what would you want to do in order to make your current situation the best that it can be?
So if I never can go back.
Yeah, like, or if this is more permanent, if that makes sense.
How do I make it better?
Or what would you want from the experience?
I mean, I want to just be happy, I guess, and not be so angry. I just don't know how to do that. Like, yeah, I don't know what steps to take. I guess if I change the way that I look at it, but I don't know how to do that.
Okay.
So, I don't know. Maybe I also want to get more friends. So that I can have someone to kind of talk to.
Okay.
Or teachers or anybody.
Yeah. But before you do all that, you obviously want to address all of like the stuff that's gone on. Do you think you want to talk to me a little bit more about how you feel now towards your dad, now that you've started school, now that you've moved, and all of that stuff that's made you angry?
Sure, but I mean, I'm still angry.
Okay.
I think I'm more angry the longer that I stay here, because it's like, wow, this is real. Like, we're really probably gonna have to stay here.
Okay.
And I now had lost the connection with everybody back home. And my connection with my mom and my brother is kind of broken. And it all was because you made a decision and didn't tell the truth. So, yeah, it's just hard.
Okay. How do you think your mom and your brother would feel if you like brought this up to them? Like, mine is all of like because I know you're nervous about burdening them and stuff, but how do you think they would respond? Do you think they would feel similarly, or do you think they would be?
My brother definitely feels similarly, because that's not even his dad.
Okay.
So he doesn't even like my dad already, and then so like he had to move because of this like random dude. That's how he sees it. So he kind of hates him also. But I mean, we just don't talk about it. But I guess he would feel similar to me. Yeah, he probably feels more angry than I feel.
Okay.
I never thought about that.
So, but the reason why you feel like you can't talk to him is because you feel like he would shut you down, or he would shut down. And
yeah, he probably just doesn't want to talk to me. I mean, maybe he does, but the way that I see it is he probably doesn't want to talk to me. But maybe I can try to talk to him.
Okay. What exactly scares you about trying to talk to your brother about it?
It doesn't really scare me. It just feels like it's. Okay. I feel like it's a pointless conversation. I don't know if it'll go anywhere, but I mean, I guess I could just try. Cause I'm making assumptions, I guess. Just because like we don't interact like that. Like we're in the same house, but like he's in his room and I'm in my spot, and that's it.
Okay. I mean, do you think it would hurt to try? Do you think it would have like really, really bad like repercussions that you wouldn't be able to come back from? Or have you just like not considered trying it?
I don't think it would hurt to try, but I don't know how receptive he'll be. being that he probably I'm okay. Yeah, I am kind of scared because
Okay.
maybe he sees it like it's my fault because it's my dad that made us move. So I don't want him to like blame me for the situation.
So that's the part that scares you?
Yeah, I think that's what scares me with him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think that if you expressed, like if you were to talk to your brother, do you think that if you told him, or if you came to him in the way of like, this scares me too, and this makes me angry and frustrated too, do you think that would help you, I guess, like not be scared that he would blame it on you, knowing that you're just as much of a victim of this?
I guess, yeah,
as he is?
if he knew where I was coming from,
Okay.
and that we were kind of like in the same boat. But I'm scared of my reaction if he blames me, and I don't want to mess up one of the last relationships that I do have here. So it's kind of a touchy situation. I don't know, maybe I could talk to my mom first.
Okay.
And then go from there.
Okay, so kind of just like a recap, so we can make sure we're on the same page once again. You would be willing to maybe talk about this with somebody that understands the situation better because they were also a part of it, like maybe your brother, but you're scared of how his reaction might cause you to react.
Mm-hmm.
And you're scared that this will just take more people away from you, and you feel like everybody's just been being taken away from you with the move and everything, so I can understand why that's scary.
Yeah.
Does that sound about right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess like one thing that I'm hearing from your situation is just a lot of fear, a lot of uncertainty, and I think that that's valid and that's okay, because I would be scared. I don't even know what I would do if I was in your situation, so this is a lot of heavy information that you've like laid down. It's very brave for you to come to me and talk to me about all that, but I also know that you want to be successful in school, and I know that you want to have a good experience here at school.
Yeah.
And you obviously came to me because you wanted to address some of those issues, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So after talking about it a little bit more, do you still feel hesitant or scared to talk about this with your mom or your brother?
I feel a little bit more comfortable because now I realize that my brother probably feels the same way that I do, probably worse, but we're probably in the same boat. So I feel like I could approach him, and I guess my mom, she probably understands because she probably feels anger as well.
Mm-hmm.
Before I was feeling like I was the only one that felt like this, but now I realize that they probably feel this way too.
Okay.
Maybe in a different way, but they probably still feel anger.
Yeah. I think it's important to consider that all three of you are affected.
Yeah.
Like no matter what, no matter how much of a part you had to play or didn't have to play, like everyone is affected and everyone is uprooted because of what happened. Do you have any idea how either of the two of them might feel? Have they ever expressed anything?
My mom just works all the time, so I don't really know.
Okay.
I mean, I see her like in the morning when she takes me to school, and nighttime she just goes to sleep.
Okay.
So she's probably mad. That's why we moved, because she didn't want to be around him. So most likely mad. And my brother, yeah, he probably feels like me.
He probably feels like you?
Yeah.
Okay. So, have you ever considered that maybe the situation could be lighter for everyone if you guys maybe opened up to each other? That way you would have each other to lean on?
Yeah. Because then I could just talk to somebody, since I don't have anyone to talk to at school. I don't have my cousins anymore. So then I could definitely talk to somebody. So, yeah.
But
Maybe
I
I'll
can
try that.
sorry, keep going.
Well, maybe I'll try.
Okay, well I imagine that that's easier said than done. just as you said, that you're feeling a lot of hesitation, right? Opening up to them about the way you feel in a really sensitive situation, not wanting to burden your mom, and being scared about the strong reactions your brother might have and how that'll elicit strong reactions from you too. So I know that a lot of that hesitation is coming from a place of just uncertainty.